Get set. Hello, welcome to Bars and Bells. My name is Lauren.
And I'm Ian.
And this is our Strength and Swings class.
Excellent.
Where we practice our strength skills using kettlebell and our body weight. But until we get to that bell, which I'm pointing to is right here. If you can see it,
right there.
We'll warm up because it's always necessary.
Lauren has one kettlebell to work with through most of today's practice. I have two, heavy and a light. Join me in that pursuit of having a heavy bell and a light bell, or with one bell, we'll get started. At the head and neck in a stance comfortable for you, slowly flex and extend. Flex the neck, meaning chin towards the chest. Then extend, looking up towards the ceiling. As you return to the flex or the down position, reach the crown high. As you extend the neck, pull the chin low to stabilize that movement. Chin tuck. Lateral bends next. Ear to shoulder. Same thing other side. Make the head move, but the neck move very little here as we laterally flex, then through center, the other side. And one more time, lateral flex. Return tall. Lastly, at the head and neck is rotation. So with that chin tuck in, rotate, looking over a shoulder. Chin tuck, rotation through center, same thing other way. Repeating twos for most things here, same thing, rotation of the head neck. Last time through center, always aiming to grow tall, other way, and return, looking out on the horizon. With the hands across the body, retract the shoulders and flex that rib cage, meaning round through that upper back. If you're looking at Lauren's side profile, the low back didn't change shape. The same is true as she extends, or we both extend through the T-spine, lifting the rib cage up. Repeat one more time, bring those ribs to hips, like in a plank, like in your swing, and then extend the spine, but still be able to take that punch. Lateral flexion next, shoulders retract, oscillate the rib cage on the hips, like this, versus spilling out like that. Look for those small shapes. One more time each side, lateral flex, then through center. One more time the other way. Finish tall. Hips stay forward. Head stays forward with the shoulders in retraction. Could we twist or turn the rib cage? Return through center. Same effort the other side. One last time. Feel the pull and the push through those abs, creating the stability and then the mobility. Through center one last time. Rotation. And then here we are. Back to center. From here, let's get the ankles going. For that, we'll throw it over to Lauren. Shake them out, wiggle it out. I think there's some squats coming up.
Just getting my ankles going.
Posture on there, Lauren.
All right, let's start with our gentle feet rollovers because it feels so nice. Feel that pull up off the floor to that demi or lunge point foot. Now with that, just put straight down into the floor. Feel all 5 toes connected. Feel the ball of the foot. Maybe some energy up to that VM. Then use your toes to point. Lightly flex over or around. Now let's let that ankle wing out and then pull it back into center. Pointy toes, demi point, lunge point, heel pushes down, hip extends through, butt squeeze. Other side, feel that pull off the floor. Push some weight down, feel the toe connection, feel the ball of the foot. Then use to point. Add that light flex over, little kick wing out to the side, bring it back in, pointy point, down through the ball of the foot. Heel connects, hips extend. From there, knees towards over toes. Hang out, maybe shift your weight side to side. Move those hips about a little bit. Then drive down to stand up, extending those hips forward. Let's keep going down to go up. Find your first balance. Then keeping those knees straight, slowly descend back down. Repeat, knees towards over toes. This time, heels will peel off the floor. Find that light toe balance. Feel that. Push the hips through to find a toe-toe straight knee balance. And then heels connect. And we'll reverse it for one. We'll go up first. Knees towards over toes. Then heels will connect. And we'll press to tall. But there's always one more because you never know. Knees towards over toes. Peel those heels up, sink low. From there, with or without your hands, soft landing to your knees. Extend those hips through, squeezing the cheeks. Untuck the toes, and then sit back.
Excellent. From here, Lauren prepped us nicely to get into the lunge. So with those hips through, step, single leg out front. We love hips level. We like that toe tucked in the back too. And with the back leg, in this case, my right, I'll be tucking under. Then tip the tailbone back on the other side. That's that scissor. Continue pulling in or tipping back on the elevated front leg and scoop under on the bottom. Then could you get to your tiptoe? Pull a leg underneath, pressing those hips forward. Other side, same thing. Speed helps, so get it up there nice and quick if you need to. Then from here, same effort. Tip the tailbone back of that front leg, and then scoop or posteriorly tip the back leg. That could open up that hip flexor quadriceps burn, but feel the glute stretching and strengthening the back to feel the load in the front. From here, go to the tiptoe, bring it underneath. I'll explore the lunge out to the side, and then Lauren will take us through a rotation. Open up to the side. From here, let's get those squat ankles going. Start pulling or preloading the foot and the knee, pulling together. Then drift that knee towards over toe. Push to the bent side of the leg, ending up tall, growing up the imaginary wall here, as in our get up. Repeat one more time. Feel the preload as we pull. Let that rotation happen. Preload happen, then push back to center, and then heel toe center. Same thing on the other side. To the front.
To the front.
Then open up.
To the side.
It might be 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock or all the way out to 3, but ensure that those hips are forward and prevent the hike or the twist at this moment. Preload, pull the foot and the knee together, drift the knee over the toe. Then press. As I push towards Lauren, I grow up nice and tall and keep this hip tucked under. Open up the load, stretch on the front of the hip. Repeat one more time as we pull in. Knee towards over toe, then press away to get tall. We'll heel toe that leg back to the center and take it over with Lauren's rotation.
All right, we'll bring that leg back up to the front, the first one. Whoa. Then we'll heel toe it open again. From here, let's do arm that can touch that leg, crosses body. Head rotates, upper body rotates. Head comes back to center, upper body comes back to center. Repeat a little add-on. Head rotates, shoulders rotate. Now use your hip hinge. Hips go back, hand finds the floor, but then restack over top. So your shoulders are over top of that wrist. Head looks at that hand on the floor, shoulders rotate open. Head looks at the ceiling, shoulders press to open. From here, let's push the floor away, extending the hips forward, head to center, shoulders to center, heel toe to center, and then zip and switch. Other leg up front, heel toe open. Same leg as at the side, arm goes across the body. Head rotates, shoulders rotate. Head back to center, shoulders back to center. Repeat and add on. Head, shoulders. Add your hip hinge, hand finds the floor. Stack those shoulders over top. Then head looks at hand on the floor, shoulders rotate closed. Head looks up to the ceiling, shoulders rotate open. Pushing the floor away, extending the hips, head to center, shoulders to center, leg to center. And then let's pull that knee under and hang out in this kneeling position. Today, from last week, we did kneeling presses from our lunge position. Well, today, we're going to take out that front leg and go to a tall kneel. So sitting in your tall kneel here, that's a hard thing to say.
That is, mouthful.
I like to keep my toes tucked behind me because it keeps me gripping the floor and my hips extended. If that's very uncomfortable for you, you could point your feet straight out the back. Just make sure they're going straight behind you, not winging out to the side. From here, let's rack our imaginary kettlebell. So we'd use a hip hinge, the bell would be in front of us. We'll zip it up our body and pull it in the rack position. From here, let go. Check in with your glutes. They should both be squeezed in that core brace. Now slowly press this imaginary bell towards overhead. For 3, 2, 1. Once there, straighten your elbow even more. Shrug your shoulder, pull it down, keep the elbow straight. Now continue to pull that bell down, engaging the lat, pulling it back to the rack position. Pause for a second, check in with that ribs to hips, then 2 hands, light hinge, bell goes down in front. Same thing, second side. Hip hinge, grip, grip, cuddle, zip to the rack. Vertical forearm, core brace, hip tuck. Hup, hup, 5, 4, 3, 2, to overhead. Once there, straighten that elbow. Shrug the shoulder, pull it down. Now keep pulling down, engaging that lat. Forearm stays perpendicular to the floor, to the rack position. 2 hands, keep it tight, hinge to place down. Excellent. Let's take a minute off these knees, come to standing. Hands go down, slight tip of the tailbone. We're gonna do one thing in between here. Hands go down, step your feet back into your high plank. I like to prepare the top of our swing before we go into it. So our hands are underneath our shoulders, our hips are tucked, our glutes are squeezed, and we're pulling the floor together underneath us. Engage those lats, squeeze all the butts, but keep breathing for 3, 2, knees tap down for a second. Gently, if you like to recover, tilting the tailbone to the ceiling, we could push the floor forward to sit back into our squat-like position, and then pull on the floor, bringing yourself forward. Let's do that one more time. Gentle tip of the tail, hinging back or pushing back to that low squat. Now this time you're gonna pull yourself out back to that high plank position and hold. Squeeze glutes, brace core, pull in an X pattern. Right hand pulls to left hip, left hand pulls to right hip. Feel that tension across the body for 3, 2. Now lifting the hips into the air, tilting the tailbone long. Walk your hands back to your hinge position. So knees are bent, but shins are vertical. Let's hang out here for a second. Toes are gripping the floor. We feel that load through our hamstrings. Let's tilt the tailbone a little bit more to the ceiling and lift the hips in the air a smidge, and you should feel that load increase. Then drop the butt a little bit, and one more time. Hips lift, tailbone tilts, load up those hamstrings, then push it down and away to stand up tall. At the top, punch yourself in the butt, don't go anywhere, and punch yourself in the stomach. Do it again. Good.
And breathe.
And breathe. That should be what the top of your swing looks like. All right, knowing what you know, which is kneeling presses.
Which is kneeling presses.
And swing breakdown.
Swing breakdown.
Get
That
out the bell
sounds good.
that's appropriate for you.
I'll be using that light bell for my presses and the heavier bell for my swings. I like the way that makes the lighter bell feel even lighter, for lack of better words, as you touch that heavy object. So let's get down to the floor in that toe squat progression like Lauren shared. We'll start by pressing the knees over toes, then elevate to the tips of the toes, and then watch the bell, extend those hips through, and bring it out in front.
We should tell them maybe how many sets we're thinking of doing.
Up to 5 sets. Well, we'll start with 1 repetition, right? Take a rest, same thing left. Break down the swing, then revisit this for sets of 2s and 3s and 4s, and challenge yourself all the way to 5. So standing over top or kneeling over top of that bell as much as you can, use your hips to extend to the rack. From here, core brace, 1 full press, return, 2 hands on, hips back, little shake. Repeat on the other side. Grip, pinky near that corner, and pull to the rack. Full body tension, a single press, pull down with control, 2 hands, returning. From here, could be with or without the assistance of pressing off the kettlebell, get to the toe squat, stand up, hips through, and then slow return with those heels down, followed by our shake.
Excellent.
Same bell, different bell, cue it up for the swing.
Time to break down our swing. Single arm swings tonight, where we'll progress as we did last week into our clean and squat drill later. So right now, standing behind your bell, we're gonna start with our hike passes on our single arm swing. What that means is we're behind our bell. We use our hinge, we grip the bell, tip it on its side, pack that shoulder. Drag the bell a millimeter in, make sure both shoulders are square to the floor. Pull the bell to zipper, park. Repeat, pull, park. That off arm is pulling with you. You're keeping that nice hinge position. Last one. Park the bell, up without. Shake it. Other side. Use your hinge. Set up, grip tip, pack, pull, park. Pull, Noticing that you're doing this, that load is through the hamstrings and into the core. You're not changing heights. 4 is total. Up without.
Like a lat pull down on a cable, we're pressing that load onto the hips by recruiting through the lats. Find that power in the armpit. It'll help us on these presses as well. Watch where that bell is. Let's do the same descent. It's the knees over toes. Feet stay flat. Then they lift up to help you get lower. Knees to the floor. Extend the hips through. Lauren said in the warm-up earlier last week, we were in the split stance. Slightly easier than being the tall kneel. Regress to the split stance if that's for you. Or, until then, join us for 2 repetitions of our kettlebell overhead press from a tall kneel. Preload. Extend the hips through. 1. Pull down. Core tension 2. Return to rack. And then the floor. Shake. Octopus wiggle. Whatever you got. Other side, same thing. Hinge. Clean to the rack. Full body tension. Inhale on the down. And yep. Exhale. Inhale down. 2 hands. Return. Barehanded. Watch the kettlebell minefield I have set up here to do our toe squat up. Hold for a second. And return. Back to Lauren for the swing.
Progressing from our hike passes towards stop swing. 1 full swing, park the bell, repeat. I don't love the number 4, but I'm into it tonight. So, number 4 it is. Standing behind your bell. Hinge. Grip with 1 hand, pack that shoulder, so a full hike pass, all the way through to swing, park. Repeat 3 more times. At the top, we're in that plank tension that we practiced earlier today in our warm-up. The shoulders retracted, and we're square forward with both our shoulders and our hips. Let it go on the floor. Stand up, shake it out. Same thing, other side. As we do this set of swings, we're aiming to swing to that chest height, nice straight elbow. Here we go. Hinge, grip, pack, pull, swing, through, park, repeat. That strong exhale is coming as those hips snap through to maintain that core brace. Last one. And park.
Lauren might not like the number 4, but I know she likes that number 3. So follow along as you toe squat down in 3 repetitions from the tall kneel press. Feet flat, knees over toes, then lift the heels to get low. Watch those kettlebells. Make it up as you need to based on space.
You okay there?
Catch your breath. Holy cow.
Can I commentate for you?
And 3 repetitions of our overhead press. Hinge, preload, zip through. 1, inhale down. There's 2, test that shield. 3, return to the rack. 2 hands to the floor. Adjust with a little shake. Same thing other side. It's that full body tension. Lauren's side profile again demonstrates the hallmarks of this drill the best because she's the best. Pull to the rack. Core press 1. Down. 2. And 1 more time. For 3. Return to the rack. 2 hands with or without the hands on the kettlebell to the toe squat. All the way up. Let's vary it up here. Now go knees over toes like Lauren did on the down. Then put the heels down. Then press those hips through. And shake.
All right.
And rest.
We're progressing that
Winded
swing.
today.
Progressing to some continuous single arm swings. For continuous swings, I prefer the number 5. So standing behind your bell, setting up 5 single arm swings. Use your hinge. Grip, pack, pull, swing. 5, 3, 2, 1. Park the bell. Up without, take a second off. Making sure we're picking up the bell and placing it down with just as much control. And as well, we're staying square to your front. Ready? Hinge, grip, pull. And park. Up without. We're down. 3 rounds done. 2 to go.
2 to go, which means we're on that number 4 for press. Stand behind the bell, and just take your time coming down. The toe squat is a fun way to do it. Any other way could work just fine too. But knees over toes, heels come up, knees towards the floor, and adjust as you need. 4 repetitions.
What? 1, 2, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, I thought we were going to 5, but I'm really into that. This is number 2. That sounds easier than 4. This set should be a breeze. So let's go together here for 2 repetitions.
If you really want to do 4,
No.
I'll watch.
I like 2s.
Okay.
Upsies, downsies, I like that. So let's hinge the hips through. Just should have read the menu before I started here. Hips through, extend. 1, downward control. 2, downward control, and to the floor. Did it feel like you could do 4? Because if it did, that's a great indication that this is a good load for us to work with still. Don't be discouraged. Low reps are still good. They're strong. Let's do 2 on the other side. Hinge and clean to rack. Full body tension, press and pull. Last one. Maybe I'm glad I only chose 2. And then return. Slight variation just like before. Get to that toe squat. Stand up, nice and tall with straight knees. And staying on those lunging style feet. Get as safe low as you could. Then press the heels down. And extend those hips through. Almost as if you're stepping forward. Feel those hips extend.
We're going to
just
progress.
like in our swing.
We're going to progress our single arm swings towards our cleans. A clean is a swing that ends in the rack position. We'll set up behind our bell. We'll do our first set of 3 stop cleans, park the bell, and then add some continuous for our last round here. Using your hip hinge setup as you would for your single arm swing. Pack the shoulder, grip. We're pulling it to the zipper, punching through the bell to the rack, then through and park. Repeat, pull, punch, through and park. As you drive those hips through to punch the bell, they're both driving forward. No twisty twist. Park, up without. Shake. Excuse me. Same thing on the other side. Hinge, grip, pack, pull, punch, zip, through, park. Repeat. Through, park. And last one. Both hips drive through. And then through and park. Up without. Whew.
Last set here of the press, and reading the menu board, it's back to 1. Make it a strong rep. We started strong, let's finish stronger. Nice and control. Down to the floor, toe squat to get there. Extend the hips through. 1 rep, nice and easy. Grip, preload, extend those hips, and hiya. Full tension up and down. Returning and waiting at least a second. Then again, hinge.
1 Mississippi.
1 Mississippi. Then clean it and full body tension on the press. Squeeze your butt cheeks, then relax them as you hinge and tip back to the toes.
Woo.
Stand up, nice and tall. And last one, knees over toes here. Then those flat feet and hips through.
Whew.
My kettlebell field freaked me out there. I'll get that the next time.
All right. Last little drill here. And we're going to connect our stop cleans to become continuous swings. Cleans. Continuous cleans. Clean through to rack. Through. Hike pass. Clean. Through. Just continuous clean. That's all you need
For
to know.
3?
For 3.
All right.
Set up behind your bell. Pack grip. Pull. Punch. Through. Repeat. Through. Rack. Through. Rack. Now through and park. Put the bell down.
Nice.
It's hard to call out a clean. Same thing other side. Hinge. Grip, pack. Pull. Zip. Through. Repeat. Both hips coming through. That vertical forearm as you catch the bell. Through and park. Even when you clean, that off arm is coming with you. So last day and a couple weeks prior, we did this really confusing but makes sense drill where you do a clean and then you do some squats, or you do some swings and then you do a clean, then you do some squats. I've got it all written down. Today, we're doing that drill again. So we're gonna start, and it's gonna start today though with 5 single arm swings on each arm. Then the next time we're gonna lose a swing and make it a squat. So we'll be racking the bell, squatting it, and adding, our swings are gonna go down and our squats are gonna go up. All you need to do is stay with us. 6 rounds.
So last week, I did this with the lighter of the 2 bells I have out here, and today I'm gonna challenge myself with a heavier bell. I have that one close by just in case I start to fail, because integrity is important. Let's ready to go.
Yeah.
I hope I bought myself a couple extra seconds to take a breath there.
I'm gonna hear about your squat legs tomorrow, I know that. So first things first, 5 single arm swings starting out. Use your hinge. Grip the bell, pack your shoulder, 5. Continuous, 1. Park it, up without. Take a couple seconds off. Wipe your brow, flick your hair, shake it out, set up again. Other side, same routine, 5. Park the bell. Whew, that was set 1. Now,
That was all right.
yeah, not too bad. Now we're gonna take off a swing, make it a clean, and squat. So it's gonna go swing 1, 2, 3. On the 4th swing, clean it, squat 1. Put it down. Same thing, second side. Here we go. Grip, pack, swing. Swing 1, swing 2, 3, clean it. Squat it. Park it. Up without.
Whew. I like the way those single arm squats and swings make the abs feel. Whew. Find that shield. Vertical forearm, I guess Lauren's cueing too.
Vertical forearm, elbows in tight. Same thing, other side. Hinge, grip. 3 swings. 1. Then we clean. Then we squat. And then we park.
Whew. And we park.
Now you know the routine. So now we take off another swing. We add a squat. We'll swing 2, clean on number 3, squat for 2. All right, get ready. Swing 2, clean on 3. Here we go. Swing, swing, clean, squat, up, park.
Squat for 2. Squat for 2, Lauren.
Squat for 2. I thought I was so proud of myself.
Even the pros get it
for
wrong.
remembering everything. I was going to tell you some tips.
Okay, well, what tips did you have in
I was
mind?
going to say, my hinge stance and my squat stance is slightly different. So you might not notice it, but I just slightly turn out my feet a little bit before I squat. Doesn't have to be a big move, but make sure it's a purposeful move. All right, second side.
3.
3 swings. No,
Clean on the 4th.
clean on the 4th.
I don't know.
Swing
You
1.
confuse me now.
Swing 2, clean on this one. Now squat 2. 1, 2. Park it.
There. I think that's what the menu says.
I think that was right.
think
Sorry, it's
that's
really hard
about
to
right.
write this process down. All right, we're on round 3. So this is going to be
One swing.
swing,
1 clean.
1 clean, 3
3
squats. Don't forget
squats.
it. Here we go. Set up behind. Hinge, grip. 1 swing, 1 clean, 3. 1, 2, elbow stays in tight, and then park it.
There we go.
That off arm might be out to the side. It might be nearing that other rack position. Choose, but make it in the right place for you. 1 swing, 1 clean, 3 squats. Here we go. 1 swing, 1 clean, 3. Keeping that core brace, you're pulling yourself down and driving away. Park, up without. Whew. Trying to slow that breath down by breathing in and out the nose. Taking your nice breaths.
There's no swing on this one. It
Yeah.
goes straight into that
I
clean.
was gonna say this is the tipping point.
Straight in the clean.
1 clean, 4
4
squats.
squats.
Okay. That doesn't really make my finale make any sense, but that's okay. All right, here we go. 1 clean. Adjust to squat. 5, 4, 1. Oh my God. 2, 3, 4. Park your bell.
Oh. Definitely gets those heart rates going with those swings, the squats. Anything to add just to give us more rest here?
Nope.
Okay.
All right, so we just did 1 clean, 4 squats. Here we go. 1 clean. Zip. 4 squats. 1, 2, 3, 4. Park.
Oh. All right, tell us about that surprise ending, Lauren.
Well,
what do
the
you have?
surprise ending was supposed to make sense. It was going to be a clean and then 5 squats each side. But that's basically what we just did. So instead, I'm going to take it all the way back to the beginning and go 5 single arm swings each side. Sound great?
Sounds in.
All right. If you really don't want to do single arm swings, do 5 squats on each side. Here we go. Pack, pull, 1. And park. See, this is what happens when you got to keep things interesting. You keep it so interesting, you can't keep track.
Little same but different here.
All right, second side. 5 again, hinge grip, square, 5. And park.
Nice.
Nice. I still think, for me, that's enough squats for today.
I'm down.
It's enough swings for today, but it's not enough get-ups for today.
Never enough get-ups.
So I'm waiting to hear like the fanfare chime in here, the laugh track. Okay, with your bell, let's try to get 6 get-ups out. My favorite way to do that is do 2 in a row on one side, 2 in a row on the other side, and then single and single. I might throw some surprises in at you along the way.
No surprises, Lauren.
Okay.
We've had enough surprises today.
No surprises, says Ian. So no surprise presses at the top.
Oh, I thought it was going to be like a surprise hold. I could be in for a surprise press.
No, a surprise press.
Okay.
So with your bell, let's start in that cuddle position. 2 in a row. Cuddle. Roll press. Get set up in your get up. Here we go. Using that hip drive. We're doing our rotation under the bell as practiced earlier today. Both legs on that up. Maybe here you press your bell. You pull it down, then you press it. And then you go all the way back down on that same side. Take your time. And then keep the bell up. Stand back up with it again. As we near the top here, prepare that I might say, press it again. And you might say, no, thank you. That's okay. Your choice. And then one last time on that downhill descent. Take your time. And park the bell with control. Nice. How you doing, Ian?
Doing all right.
Good. Ian has his heavy bell today. I'm going a bit lighter today, just not taking it easy, but just grooving the grooves. Grooving the grease. Greasing the groove.
Oh, I'm excitedly anxious about this press on the second side. We'll see.
Okay.
It's not a surprise now, but I'm not sure if that's better or worse.
Not a surprise. 2 in a row, second side. Start that get up with the cuddle roll press and the hip drive. Taking your time. A control pull down, a control press. Then coming back towards the floor. Each move independent of the last. And coming back up. Breathing as you need to through your get up. Once you get up to the top here, one last press if it's okay. And then control that down. It's a lot of time under this load. So finish with control. Oh, nice. Take a second off. Take a little breather.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
The good news is One get up seems like nothing compared to 2 in a row.
Sounds good. I'm in.
If you'd like to press at the top of this last get up today, please feel free. If you're done pressing, continue on your way back down.
Last rep though on this side.
Are you gonna try to press?
Yep.
Okay.
Just one.
Just one. One, not just one. Here we go. Last get up of the day. Making sure to stack the shoulders as you do your sweep around that bell and both legs. Control the down, keeping that vertical forearm, glutes and abs to help you get that bell back overhead. Finishing pressing away from your elbow and pulling the bell down with control.
Ha ha. Ha ha. What sounds do you make when it's successful or when it's not? Oh shoots. Oh yeahs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, probably not that sound, but it was the first one that came to me. All right, last get up of the day, last press. Go ahead, take your time. Finish with strength here. As if you could do more, but you don't need to. Oh, that was a tough landing there.
Lauren's words control were in my head, but sometimes it's only there.
Nice.
Is right. Excellent. Well, we're on the ground. So let's finish off a nice little stretch from the floor here.
Excellent.
Come back to some rotation. Come back to those hips. Let's get on our elbow, lined up with that hip. Lunging position here in the front. And then just take a breath. First, adjust the slump. Right now, my rib cage is soft. Pull that rib cage onto the hips. Then push the top hip forward. Pull the bottom leg in with that hand across the chest. Rotate at the head and neck to look at the forearm on the ground. Retract shoulders and rotate. Take a second here to take a breath in and out and push that top hip forward, pulling the bottom leg in. Then slowly look to the ceiling and rotate through the rib cage next. And at this place, same thing at the hips. Push the top hip forward, pull the bottom leg in, and then look at the hand on the elbow on the floor. Then rotate through the body. Keep the shoulder blades retracted or pulling together. Take a second. What's that top hip doing? Should be pushing forward, bottom hip pulling in, then look to the ceiling. Rotate through the rib cage next, then push the floor away. And try to hang out in that 90-90 or similar sit, keeping that rib cage over the hips. And anyhow that works for you, switch around and the same thing on the other side. Elbow lined up with the hip, top hip forward, bottom leg pulled in. Then at the head and neck, look to the floor. Keep the shoulder blade back. In this case, Lauren and my left shoulder blade, as you then rotate through the torso to face the floor. Then look up with the head first, then follow through the rib cage next. While here for the last one, push, extending that top hip forward, compressing the bottom leg in. And at the head and neck, look down to the floor. Breath in as you rotate again here. Take an extra breath, top hip forward, bottom leg pulling in. Then look to the ceiling with the head, follow with the rib cage, and then push back up to that 90 mermaid. Nice tall position here. Thank you very much, Lauren, for making me sweat and breathe hard, because I don't like to breathe hard and sweat in my workout.
Woo, excuse me.
Bless you. We too, just like you, we like to train with our kettlebells. I like to keep it simple. And thank you, Lauren, for helping us stay strong.
No problem. We'll do this again next week. Stay tuned for the next edition of the Strength and Swings class. Remember, we have lots in the archive, so check them out if you missed last week's or the week before, the week before, the week before.
We've been doing it for a year and a half.
It's been great.
We'll do it for more.
Thanks for joining us. My name's Lauren.
My name is Ian.
And we're Bars and Bells. Take care, stay strong, and train soon.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.